In this video, I'm gonna show you how I configured IP SLA on R1 in this topology. Um, and I actually have a note that some notes that I got from a book. This is the title of the book. So I just wanted um, to show you these terms because I believe it's I think it's important that we understand these terms first before we actually configure uh, before I actually show you the IP SLA configuration. So IP SLA. SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. It's a feature within Cisco IOS that can be used to test how specific types of traffic are being handled end-to-end across a network. IP SLA responder. It's actually the device that responds to and participates in IP SLA test. This is something that you actually configure on the remote or the destination device. This is actually the actual command. Tip. Like I said, all these concepts or terms, I got this from from that book. So tip, as the IP SLA feature has evolved, it has been known by several other names. You might also find references to Cisco Response Time Reporter and Service Assurance Agent. Actually, in this example, I'm actually gonna use uh, this term here, RTR. I'm gonna show you a little later because as it says here, be aware that the IP SLA operation command syntax has changed along the way. In Cisco IOS Releases 12.2 release, I think this is release, but 33 and later, the syntax is shown in steps 2 through 4. Before 12.2.33, the commands in steps 2 through 4 included additional keywords as follows. So this is, sometimes you have to say IP SLA and then the number, but the older version of iOS's, you have to say IP SLA monitor and then the operation number, and you have to specify the type, so test type. I'm gonna show you later, but I can actually show it to you now. This is here, R1. This is actually the IP SLA configuration here, and this is, I created a track 1 and it's calling that IP SLA configuration, so RTR1, and this is one of the options that you can choose, state or reachability. I'm choosing reachability. And in the HSRP group, you actually call track 1 and decrements the priority to 20 by 20. So I just wanted to show you that. So as it says here, configuring IP SLA, this is how you configure the destination device or target device. So configuring IP SLA on the target switch is easy. Just enable the IP SLA responder with the following command. by default the IP SLA responder is disabled. So this is what this is the command, one command that you configure on the target or destination device. So I actually talk about this here, IP SLA responder. So another tip, for the most accurate results, you should configure the IP SLA source in target switches to use a trusted NTP server so that the timestamps will be correct and synchronized. NTP configuration is, so like I said, I got all these from this book, ccnp routing switching, switch 300-115 official sort guide by David Hukabi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Hukabi. So let's go back here, source device. So this is how you specify the IP SLA operation on the switch, and this is how you specify the test type. And in this case, we are using ICMP as the test type, and this is how you set the frequency. Frequency is set to 60 seconds by default, and this is how you schedule it. So this is an example configuration that I got from that book, and this is the actual configuration on R1. And here's some verification commands, verifying configurations. So references. So let me go back to the topology and show you the configuration of R1 and R2. So let me show you this. Show standby brief. Show standby brief. Let me actually make this a little bigger. So it's taking a long little while. 14. And let me do the same on this window. 14. Okay, so it's the font's a little bigger so we can read it. We can read it better. So R1 in this case is the active router, and as it says here, and R2 is the standby router, and the active router is R1. So let me actually do a show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. So let me go back here. So let me show you the configuration, IP SLA configuration on R1. So begin SLA. So IP SLA monitor. So in this, like I said earlier, in this case, I have to type monitor 1, and because this router is using an older version, iOS version, but the newer version you don't have to type monitor. You just have to say IP SLA and the operation number. So, but here in this example, I'm saying IP SLA monitor 1. That's okay. Same concept, different commands or syntax. So type echo protocol. So basically I'm using echo protocol as the protocol that I'm using within IP SLA operation. and in this case I'm actually pinging the IP address, this IP address here, 1.1.1.2. So from R1 I'm pinging my neighbor IP address .2, and I'm using source interface fast Ethernet 0.0/0. That's the interface facing the core switch. And frequency, like I said, frequency is set to 60 seconds by default. And this is how you schedule the IP SLA operation. So IP SLA monitor schedule 1. So you have to specify 1 because the IP SLA monitor is 1. Life forever, how long you are going to run IP SLA, saying forever, and start time now. And this is actually how you call that IP SLA operation. So track 1, so I said RTR instead of, because you can actually say IP SLA, but I didn't have an option to say IP SLA on this router, so I said RTR instead, RTR, and reference the number 1 in reachability. You know what, let me actually show you that configuration here. So RTR, there's no IP SLA like it says here, so I just I chose RTR and specify 1, and reachability, I'm choosing reachability, and let me go to the HSRP configuration, which is under this interface. So this is the HSRP configuration. Standby 1 IP, this is the virtual IP, priority 105, preemption is enabled. So this is how I'm actually calling track 1. So track 1 is calling the IP SLA operation. So that IP SLA is actually pinging this IP address, and if it's not pinging it for 5 seconds, then track 1 will go down and priority will be decremented by 20, and in that case R2 is gonna take over the role of being the active router. So let me actually try to see, let me actually go ahead and shut down the interface on the ISP router facing R1. So let me shut down and see what happens. Okay, let me go back to, okay, shut down. A little bigger, okay. So I actually forgot to do these commands. Okay, we can actually do this later, but you see that RT1 says here tracking state, tracking 5 state, RT1 reachability up down. So it went down after 5 seconds, and HSRP has gone from state, from active state to speak, and speak to standby. So it's now standby, local standby, and active is R2. R2 should be the active router now. So active, local, standby is R1. So let me actually go do a show IP interface brief. So as you can see, even if I shut down the interface on ISP router here, R1 is still seeing that this interface fast Ethernet 0/0 is still up. So IP SLA is actually better to use within HSRP because with Ethernet, because you can actually there is actually another option where you can actually track the state of the interface, but like I said, with Ethernet it doesn't go down. The interface that it doesn't go down, so it's better to track the IP address of your neighbor instead of the link state. So let me go back to it's already admin down, but R1 still seeing it as up. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and no shut it. No shut. So R1 should come back as the active router because preemption is enabled on both R1 and R2. So let's just wait for a few seconds. So BGP has come up. Okay. Reachability down to up. BGP has come up. Another neighbor. How many neighbors do we have? Oh, we just have one neighbor. Okay, but so we're just in this video we're just focusing on HSRP configuration or state. So I'm gonna go go ahead and do a show standby brief. So as you can see, router has come back, has become the active router again. Active state active local, standby is R2. I haven't showed you this configuration. I mean this these verification commands. So operation number. No. Show IP SLA monitor one configuration. Question mark. Okay. Configuration. No. Yeah. Configuration. So here, operation frequency 5 seconds. Target address, this IP address. Entry number 1. So it's actually not that command. Let me change that command. Or let me just add it. So IP SLA monitor configuration. because this router has an old version of iOS. And let me do action monitor. I think we have to type monitor and statistics. Okay, so latest operation return code. Okay, so operation time to live forever. Failure, number of failures per team, number of successes 608. Let me try this command. Not sure if it has that option. Details. Okay. Okay, you can just try these configuration, uh, these verification commands yourself. You just have to type question mark and then you can specify which options you want to try. But yeah, that's how you can actually configure IP SLA within Cisco iOS Cisco devices. So, yep, thanks for watching. Bye.